Good morning, early birds. How are you? I hope you are here joining me. I see somebody is joining me. Thank you for joining me live if you are here and up early. Listen, I know crickets are still out. What are you talking about? Yes, I know it's getting cooler and fall is approaching. We don't even want to hear it, do we? I want to see if I see the eagle because there was an eagle yesterday that I took pictures of. In fact, I'm going to show them to you. I'm getting pretty good at this, even though, let's see, what is this photo? I'll do it that way. I know, what's it called? Finder, isn't it? No. I could find it if I knew exactly what it was called. Oh, it's not here. Wait. Photo booth. That's what it's called. Hold on, I've got it. I think. Well, it should be called photo booth, but whose is it? Oh my goodness gracious, I was doing so well on that, and it's called photo booth, and now I can't see it. Oh my gosh. That just doesn't make any sense. If it's called photo booth, I should be able to show you photo booth. Why can't I? About photo booth. All right, maybe it's just because it wasn't there when I added it the first time. We have a lot to do today, and Dr. Feravich is already just playing. Oh, let me just do this again. There we go. Okay. Look at that. There we have it. That is it. There is an eagle. All that for this eagle, but it is beautiful. And let's see here. I've got quite a few shots of it. Not that it really is going to make a difference, but let me show you quite a few shots here. And it's hard to see, and I can't find him right now either in that picture. Oh, but you can't see him. I wonder if I could add my cursor. I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I don't know how to get you to see the cursor. But it's sort of towards the top there. Let me see here. And here I can't even write on this to even give you a circle or anything. But there is an eagle there in the middle of the picture, and you can see him there now. If you can find that little branch in this picture. He's towards the top in the middle. But there he is. So a wonderful little shot. that I got. Actually, several pictures that I got. So a little cool. So I put the scarf around me, but not actually it's warming up nicely here in Michigan. But let's get to what we need to get started with. So we're finishing off our Roman numerals, and boy did I do a lot of work for you guys on our Roman numerals last night. I really did. It was a lot of fun though. So but the first thing I want to do is I want you to, again, all right, I'm not going to go through and read these because we have so much to do today and I already wasted time on the eagle. That's not wasting time, Dr. Feravich. So take a look at the boredom busters and see if you have been keeping up with trying to do some of them. Don't forget that I added a couple boredom busters like try and catch a lightning bug. We have lots of them here in Michigan. And I saw a hummingbird yesterday, so try and spot a hummingbird. That came right up to my my deck. The glass panels there came right up to the glass panels and was flying right there. If I had my camera, like I ended up getting, but it took me a long time to get for the eagle. Of course it takes a long time to get the camera. Let's see here. Let me see what's going on. It looks like I don't have actually, I've dropped 1 million frames. Oh yeah. No, only 25,000. Do you know how many digits 25,000 has? Right? So each one of the numbers in 25,000 is a digit. Do you know how many digits 25,000 has? Well, there's 20, there's the 20, and then there's the 5, and then there's the 0, 0, 0. So that makes 5. Oh, why am I holding up that one? Yeah. I was just holding up. Do you know how many? And it's like, oh, 6, no, 5, 5. Because we've got the 2, 5, 0, 0, 0. 5 digits. Thousands. Remember our place values. We're not going to do our place values today. So you're going to have to go back and see where I've got place values, which was probably, I don't know. Not last week we didn't do them, so it would have been the week before we would have done place values. But we've done place values a few times, right? If you have been following me along. So there are our summer boredom busters. So hopefully you took a picture, you stopped, you're pausing the video, you're taking a look at those summer boredom busters if you're just like, I am so bored. Oh my gosh. And school is ready to go back. I cannot even believe it. It seems like you were just out. It seems like it was just June 8th or 10th. I can't believe that you're going back to school. But there are a lot of things that you can do here with me to learn. And I happen to think that 3-day-a-week classes or school 3 days a week, just like we're doing it, is great. And 4 days a week that you're spending with your family. I believe that your family should work 4 days a week, and then that's a problem, isn't it? No, because you're only going to school 3, yeah, because you have 1 day of childcare. That's not bad. That's not a bad system, really. 1 day that you're out and you're exposed, right? 3 days you're with your family. 3 days you're at school. I think that's a much better system. We need to uproot the system. That's what I was doing there. Uprooting the system that we have right now. We need to totally uproot it. We need some people with some thinking caps, some different thinking caps. It sounds like their lives are so boring that they have no good ideas. Oh, that's better. There we go. But you don't care. Okay. Now, what we're doing today is we're going to start with subtraction. And as you know, we did subtraction the other day. So, this is what we did in our subtraction, if you remember. So we were doing takeaway is what we were doing, but we're not starting with subtraction. We're starting with Roman numerals is what we're starting with. That's what we're going to get done today. We might get to the subtraction. This is not this is not bad that we went here. I left this last one for you to do, if you remember, right? We did the math over here. We didn't do the takeaway here. So take a look at those for a review of subtraction. We're going to do a little review. We're going to take one more step in subtraction. But before we do that, one more step further along in subtraction. But before we do that, we want to finish our Roman numerals. So let's take a look at those. You think I have the wrong PowerPoint up there, but I do not. But actually, I might veer away from the PowerPoint. So starting with Roman numerals. So here we've got all of our Roman numerals. If you remember the other day, I did share with you this set of Roman numerals. And the ones, so this is from 0 to basically 10, and then in increments of 10 to 100, and then 500 and 1000. So these are giving you the most important Roman numerals. With the I is for the one. We see them on the faces of clocks, in televisions. We see them often in books for chapters. We have Roman numerals. What's our system of numbers called? Our system of numbers is called the Arabic system. 1, 2, 3, 4. We use the Arabic system of numbers here in the United States. Okay, so let's go and... So there I have on the left-hand side, remember how we tell left from right. Do you remember? Do you remember how we tell left from right? Right? We put our hands in front of us, and the one that has the L, that's not the L, this is the L for you. We're going to do it like this, right? So you can see the L, the one that has the L is, and it's backwards there. So anyway, put your hands up like that. The one that has the L for me is this one. That's my left hand, right? So on the left hand side, we've got Roman numerals I equals 1, V equals 5, X equals 10, L equals 50, C equals 100, D equals 500, and M equals 1000. Remember, our Roman numerals are all capital letters, right? Okay, so what you want to do is, and this is a great exercise for our brains, you want to memorize those, right? And that is key. Now there's a few rules there, but the rules are so easy. So Roman numerals, my son didn't learn his Roman numerals when he was in school. So if you learn your Roman numerals in school, and you should know them, right? You should know them. You shouldn't see something and look in this country on a regular basis and have it look like a foreign language to you, right? Like, oh, that's Roman, that's Greek. I don't even know. It's Greek to me. It's all Greek to me. I don't know. There isn't something that you should see in this country on a regular basis and then say, I don't know what that means, and it just looks like a foreign language, right? Roman numerals in particular, because they are so easy. That's it. That's what you have to memorize, right? And it's not so hard. 1 is pretty easy, right? That's pretty easy peasy. And I don't know. I didn't have a hard time memorizing Roman numerals. Maybe some people do, but that's it. You have, how many of those do you have to memorize? And the rules are so easy, they come naturally. After you memorize these, the rules come naturally. So what do we have there? 7 Roman numerals we need to memorize. And if we memorize those, what we end up, we are able then to make any number at all. All right, so that's our goal for the Roman numerals today. I want to make sure that, yep, we're still there, even though we've got a million dropped frames. Oh, gosh, I went offline, didn't I? Okay, well, hopefully there's not a lot that you missed. We will, because it dropped. All right, so those are just 7 numbers that you need to memorize. 7 numbers that are associated with 7 different letters in our alphabet to understand Roman numerals. I'm going to read the rules, all right? Symbols cannot be repeated more than 3 times. That's the biggest rule. So, for example, you can't have I, right? You can't have 4 V's together. So the number 4 obviously cannot be I, because I cannot repeat a symbol more than 3 times. V, L, and D are never repeated or subtracted. So you never subtract, for example, 5 from 100. So V from 100, C, you never subtract those. 5 to get 95, for example. You wouldn't take 100 and subtract a V. So C minus V, all right? You would never do that. You never subtract V, L, or D. When a symbol of a smaller value appears after a symbol of greater value, add the values. So if I wanted 1,500, I would have MD, and I would add those values. 1,000 plus 500 equals 1,500. If I wanted 150, what would I have? CL. So a symbol of a smaller value appears after a larger value. So 50 comes after 100. CL, you add those values, 150. When a symbol of a smaller value appears before a symbol of a greater value, you subtract the smaller value. So we're going to have examples of this, but this is where then if I want 9, I have an IX, right? I have an IX because I subtract the smaller value I from the greater value X. Remember, though, we can't have VX to make a 5, right? Or we can't have VL to make a 45. We can't do that because we can never subtract a V, L, or a D, okay? The symbol I can be subtracted from V and X only, and the symbol X can be subtracted from L, M, and C only. And then for thousands, starting at 5,000, add a line over the top of the symbol. So for example, 5,000 would be the 5 with a line over it. 10,000 would be the X with a line over it. Can you see that line that I have there? So after the 5,000, there's a V with a line over it. That is 5 with a line over it is 5,000. Now, I didn't stop very long on the symbol I can be subtracted from V and X only, and the symbol X can be subtracted from symbols L, M, and C only. That's because that is something that you're going to end up learning over time. I had to look up numbers because I don't always remember that rule. I should have put numbers on those rules. Let's see here. Oh, whoops. I'm trying to get this. I forgot how to do this. Oh, I know how to do this. I have to do it here. There we go. Okay. All right, so, and then this allows me to do a few things if you recall, like this. So right there is what I'm talking about. Okay, and so here you notice that I did not stop and talk about this rule here. And like I said, that is basically because we memorize those things as we move along. All right, so we're going to get some practice on this as soon as I am able to. Oops, there we go. So let's take a look at some of these numbers. We're going to practice these numbers: 17, 99, 439, and 1064. Remember that I had to look some of these numbers up too because I didn't remember exactly how to do them. Like, for example, I had to look up 99. So let's do 17. 17, we start with the X because we start with the largest number first. So we start with 10, right? So, because 17 is 10 plus 7. So X is 10. V is 5, or 5 is V, right? And then what do? Add 2 more ones, 2 I's for X, V, I. We start with the largest number, 10, and we add the V for 5, and then 2 ones to make 7. So 10 plus 7 is 17, or 10 plus 5 plus 2 is 17. See how we do that in Roman numerals? Let's check out 99. 99 is, because we can't subtract an I from anything but what? The symbol I can be subtracted from the V and the X only. So I cannot make 99 being I C. What? 100 minus 1. When we're subtracting, the lower number goes before the greater number. Remember, that's our rule. That's what we're going to get used to here. So 99 cannot be IC, I for 1, C for 100. The smaller number goes before the greater number when we subtract. The greater number comes before the smaller number, and then we add. So 99 has to be 90. We always make that number first, that big number first. 90 plus 9 is IX. So 99 is XCIX. See? Take a look at that. Let's go and do 439 now. Oh, yeah, I want to show you. So 99 cannot be, it can't be 50 plus 10, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, plus V, I. Why? Because we can only have 3 symbols together at the most. So that cannot be our 99. Neither can IC be our 99. Right? Neither can IC be our 99 because I can only be taken away from V and X. Remember, we've got the smaller number first. That's IC, but we can't use that. So 99 is XCIX. Remember, I had to look that up. I had to look it up. But for the most part, when we are looking at chapters and things, or clocks, or titles, or the date on something in movies, that we could usually figure out. Those things we could usually figure out without ever having to look them up. 439, we start with the largest number, 400, right? But we can't have CCCC No, that doesn't. No, we cannot have 4 symbols together. So that can't be 400. So what do we start with? We start with CD. The D is 500. The smaller number comes first when we subtract. So that's 500 minus 100. The C is 100. So CD equals 400. And then we have X, X, X for 30, right? X, X, X equals 30. And then how do we do 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? No, of course we cannot do it that way. That is not the way that we do it. Oops. There we go. I got off my page for a sec. No, we cannot make 9 that way. Of course we can't. What do we do? V? I? No, we can't make 9 because we can't have 4 I's together. What do we do? X, I, X, I, X. We can subtract an I from an X, right? We can subtract an I from an X, or you are learning how to read all those symbols. Let's try 1064. 1064. The M is 1000. How do we do 60? LX. LX is 60 because L is 50, right? Plus the X makes it 60. And IV equals 4. We already know we can't do I. So 1064 is MLXIV. How do we do 2023? 2023 equals what? Well, pretty easy, right? Now we have 2 M's for 2000, 2 X's for 20, and 3 I's for 3. MMXXII is 2023. Look at what you have learned so far. Isn't that amazing? And I told you, Roman numerals are pretty easy, aren't they? Look at the sun coming up right there. Oh, there's my sister Rhonda's voice. Annette, oh my gosh, that sun is glaring on your face. Did you see it? Did you see when you went like this? My dad. Annette, your face is shiny. Oh, the voices in my head. Do you have those voices in your head? It is shiny, though. Hey, guess what I have, though? First of all, I have a brand new bag. I got to show you. Let's take a break. Sunshine on my face. Sunshine. I got a new bag. Do you know how much that bag cost? $8.40. I know. Look at that. I know. I went to the consignment shop in Northville here. And guess what we're doing today? We're taking just a little break. Guess what we're doing today? We have started a new book. Animal Farm. Probably 12 years old and older, maybe for that one. It's just a little bit, I don't know. I've never read it before, although I have read George Orwell's 1984. I listened to it. Anyway, yikes. Scary. So, what else did I do? Isn't that cute? Look at how cute that is. That says Marilyn Monroe. I didn't even know that said it. I was going to buy a blue one and be ordinary. And then, I don't know why, I just passed up the red one. Because it was smaller. That's the reason why. And instead, I got Marilyn Monroe. How cool is that? And then look. Hold on, class. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I got these too. How cute are those? I know. From the consignment shop. These were actually, both of these were more expensive than this beautiful bag of mine. I'm so happy with this bag. I already, used it carrying my computer around. Let's go. Yeah, we're doing it like this because Rhonda would approve. Heck. Oh, I wanted to show you something, the copper, because they've been spraying copper in the lake. I know. And remember that really orange copper colored leaf? That was the copper. And you know what? It says you get irritated eyes. I did. What are you doing? They said that they were going to be water quality control here in Michigan. Better water. Then they're spraying copper. We had no problem with weeds. Then they sprayed copper. You know why they do that? Cha-ching. Cha-ching. Contractors are like, I didn't go to school. I didn't take Dr. Feravich's class. So I need some money. So I'm going to spray copper in the water. And you're going to pay me some good money. I don't know. I just work here. Okay, let's get going. What's next? Next is that we figure out when we see Roman numerals, what are they? So XC would be what? XC would be what? We already talked about that. X is 10. C is 100. X is before the C. So we subtract 10 from 100. So XC is 90. We already did that one, didn't we? The next one, DLXXXIX. Do you recognize some of those already? I bet you do. Like XXX, that's 30. IX is 9. So we know we've got a 39 in there. Do you recognize those already? Take a look. What do we have? D is 500. L is 50. X 3 times, right? We have 3 X's. X 3 times equals 30. That X means times. So we could say 3 times. We got 3X, that would be 3 times. But we have 10 3 times, which is equal 30. Or 10 times 3 equals 30. See what we're getting you used to? Do you see what we're getting you used to? The language of multiplication, aren't we? Yes, you are. Look at that. Look at that right before your eyes. And then IX equals 9. So that number is 500. What is it? 500 plus 50 plus 30 plus 9. 589. I said 39, right? I said there's a 39 in there. We did see 39, but we had to add that to the 50. So that's 589. That's all we did was add those letters, those symbols together. D plus L plus XXX plus I plus X, right? Sorta. The next one, M, D, C, C, L, X, X, V, I. What is that? M is 1,000. We know that. D is 500. We know that. C is 100. We have 2 of those, so that's 200, and we add that to the 500, right? The thousands we add together, the hundreds we add together, the tens we add together, and the ones we add together. That's how Roman numerals work, as you can see. So, D 500 plus 100 plus 100 or 200 equals 700. Equals 700, and we're doing math. So, 1,000 plus 700, L is 50. X equals 10 times 2, because we have 2 X's, equals 20. 50 plus 20 equals 70s. Now we're done with all the tens. See how the place values, understanding place values, helps us with our Roman numerals as well, right? And then V equals 5, I equals 1. So we're adding the ones together. V and I equals 6. So what's our number? 1776. 1,776. That's how you would do 1776, the year we declared our independence from England. Bookless classroom. What is There's a line over that x, right? There's a line over that x. So we've got an x with a line over it, dx. That second x does not have a line over it. What do we have there? Let's see. We have x with the line over. X is 10, isn't it? Hold on, I got to check my... There we go. I had to check my... See if we were on schedule here, because I've got a bad signal. That's the reason why I'm checking. 19,000 frames dropped after about 30,000 frames dropped before. Oh, I love this Xfinity. So x with a line over, x is 10. With the line over it is thousands. That gives us our 3 zeros. The line over gives us our 3 zeros, our place value of 1,000. So that's 10,000 plus a d. Whoops. Plus a d is 500, plus an x is 10. What do we have? 10,510. Look at what you have learned today. Now you can not only calculate Arabic numbers to Roman numerals, but now you can also transfer Roman numerals to Arabic numbers. Excellent job today. We said we were going to do a little subtraction is also on our list of to-dos, although I didn't write that up today. So let's go and take a look at, we're going to start subtraction with our takeaway. So we're going to do, when we do takeaway, we start with the total that we have, right? So what is our total here? So we're going to go ahead and count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 13 here is what we're using. 13 minus 5. So let's go ahead and take away 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have 8 left. 13 minus 5 equals 8. Now here it's a little bit easier, and the next one it's a little bit easier to be able to tell what is our number. I'm going to erase that too. It's a little bit easier to tell what is our starting number, the total, because what we can do here, they're grouped. This is grouped in 5s. We can see 5, and we're going to count by 5. So 5, 10, 15. That's our starting number. We're counting by 5s. We can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in each one of these groups. So 5, 10, 15. We have 15. I'm going to undo those numbers so it's not so messy. So we're starting with 15 minus 6. Minus 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many do we have left? Let me undo that one and do it a little bit better. How many do we have left? 5 here. We've got 5 here, right? 6, 7, 8, 9. So 15 minus 6 equals 9. Not a very nice 9, but it's a 9. And it's going to do. There we go. 15 minus 6 equals 9. We've got the same issue here where we can count by fives. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. So we're starting with 17 for our subtraction. 17 minus 6. Let's erase all this. (17 minus 6). 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what do we have left? We've got 5, 10, 11. So 17 minus 6 equals 11. We could write that like this: 17 minus 6 equals 11. Or we could do it this way: 17 minus 6. 6 from 7 is 1. There's nothing there. Bring down the 1, and we have 11. We're going to do some double-digit math when we come back doing math again. We're not going to do math tomorrow, all right? I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do tomorrow. I haven't decided yet for sure what we're going to do tomorrow, but we're going to do I think we're doing science tomorrow. I think that's what I decided I'm going to do tomorrow is science. So you can go ahead and finish the rest of these off, and that we only have 3 more to do, and these are in sets of 5 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, there's only 9 there instead of 10. All right, so you're going to have to count the other 2, though. But you're not going to be able to count the sets there. Here in the next one, you can count the sets, right? We've got 5. And look at how you're learning how to count by 5s. 10, and then 11. So we've got 11 for that next one. Okay, 11 minus 7. And you can do the takeaway yourself. But these, you're going to have to count these because they're not in groups of 5. The last 2 are not in groups of 5. So you're going to have to count those. All right? All right, so keep trying your math. Keep practicing your Roman numerals. See, when you take a look at a movie the next time and you see all those M, C, whatever, M, C, whatever you see over there, figure that out. And you'll know the date that the movie was made from the Roman numerals. This is Dr. Annette Feravich. Boy, it cooled off. I don't know what just happened. We just had, all of a sudden, it was like, whoo, cold. So, Dr. Annette Feravich, thank you for joining me here in the Early Bird Classroom. I will be back at 9:15 for the Bookless Classroom. I hope you join me. Why? Because I'm the teacher, and I really need